Welcome back to NetRush Report, your home for the stories behind the matches, the drama behind the headlines, and the insight that keeps the tennis world buzzing. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the biggest names and tournaments in the game. Now, let's unpack the Coco Gauff coaching shakeup. Coco Gauff enters the 2025 U.S. Open as the number 3 seed, behind Iga Swiatek and Aryna Sabalenka. She's already one of the most marketable stars in the sport. Her charisma, her firepower, her ability to thrive under pressure. Gauff has become the face of a new generation of women's tennis. But in recent tournaments, cracks have begun to show, particularly her serve. Double faults, short second serves. Matches where her most powerful weapon turned into her biggest liability. For Gauff, heading in the U.S. Open with a vulnerable serve felt like walking into battle unarmed. And that's when the decision came. It was time to change something quickly. Coco and Matt Daly began their partnership in September 2024, right after a disappointing U.S. Open campaign. At the time, critics were already questioning Gauff's ability to consistently deliver at the highest level, and Daly changed everything. Under his guidance, Gauff stormed to the 2024 WTA Finals title in just 2 months. She followed it up with a career-defining moment, winning the 2025 French Open, her second Grand Slam. For most players, that's a dream partnership. Success, trophies, momentum. But then, only months later, the partnership was over. During her press conference, Coco made it clear she wasn't unhappy with Daly. She respected him and praised his work, but she felt she was running out of time to fix the technical flaws that could derail her U.S. Open run. Her words, "I don't want to waste time." And that is why Daly was out and Gavin McMillan was in. For casual fans, the name might not ring a bell. But for those who followed Aryna Sabalenka's journey, Gavin McMillan is a key figure. McMillan is not your typical tennis coach. He's a biomechanics specialist, someone who focuses on movement efficiency, body mechanics, and stroke production at a technical level. His biggest claim to fame? Helping Aryna Sabalenka fix her serve. Back in 2022, Sabalenka's serve was a complete disaster. She recorded over 400 double faults in a single season. She admitted to crying after matches. The serve yips nearly destroyed her confidence. Enter Gavin McMillan. Through biomechanical adjustments, he rebuilt Sabalenka's motion. Within a year, Sabalenka was not just stable, she was dominant. She went on to win multiple Grand Slam titles, eventually becoming the world number 1. Now, Gauff is hoping for the same miracle. Let's zoom in. Coco Gauff's serve is both a weapon and a weakness. At its best, it's explosive, reaching speeds of 120 miles per hour, setting up her aggressive baseline game. But at its worst, it crumbles under pressure. In recent matches, Gauff has averaged more than 7 double faults per match, with her second serve sitting vulnerable around 70 to 80 mph. Opponents know this. They pounce on it. And in a slam where margins are razor thin, this weakness could cost her everything. That's why Gauff's decision makes sense. She isn't just tweaking her team. She's going straight to the one man with a proven record of fixing the exact problem she's struggling with. When the news broke, tennis Twitter exploded. Some fans praised Gauff's boldness. This is why she's going to be great. She isn't afraid to make tough calls. McMillan saved Sabalenka's career. If anyone can help Coco, it's him. Others were skeptical. Why fire Daly after he helped you in the French Open? Is this really the right time to experiment? Days before the U.S. Open? Even analysts were divided. Some said Gauff's timing was risky. Others said it was the smartest move she could make before the season's biggest test. Importantly, Coco didn't throw Daly under the bus. She praised his impact, acknowledging the trophies they won together and his role in her growth. She said she simply wanted a different kind of expertise right now. That IT wasn't personal, it was tactical. But it does raise questions. Will Daly join another top player? Was there more behind the split than Coco revealed? Or was it truly just about biomechanics? All of this drama sets the stage for Coco's first-round match against Ajla Tomljanovic. Tomljanovic is no pushover. She's experienced, steady, and capable of frustrating higher-ranked opponents. Fans will be watching closely. Has McMillan already made an impact? Will Coco serve hold up under the bright lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium? Or will the pressure expose that the partnership is too new to deliver results immediately? This first-round match may not just be about advancing. It may be the first glimpse into whether Gauff's gamble will pay off. For Coco, this isn't just about the 2025 US Open, that it's about her career trajectory. At T21, she's already achieved more than most players ever will. But with Swiatek and Sabalenka dominating the tour, Gauff knows she can't afford to let weaknesses linger. She wants to be not just a star, but a dynasty player. Someone who consistently contends for slams. That requires evolution, adaptation, and sometimes making ruthless decisions, like parting ways with a successful coach just before the year's biggest tournament. Coco isn't the first top player to make a bold coaching move. Serena Williams switched coaches mid-season several times, including bringing in Patrick Mouratoglou in 2012, which led to a dominant stretch of titles. Novak Djokovic famously ended partnerships with successful coaches before reinventing his game. Even Roger Federer worked with biomechanics specialists late in his career to extend his prime. Sometimes these gambles spark greatness. Other times, they backfire. But in elite tennis, standing still is never an option. Oh, what happens now? If McMillan succeeds, Coco Gauff could become nearly unstoppable. A stable serve plus her athleticism and baseline power could push her into the territory of a multi-slam champion. If it fails, critics will say she overreacted, abandoned Daly too quickly, and disrupted her own momentum. Either way, this US Open will be a defining chapter in her young career. And so, the Coco Gauff story takes another dramatic turn. A French Open champion, a top seed, and now a bold coaching change right before the US Open. Her words were simple but powerful. I don't want to waste time. The question is, will this gamble pay off when it matters most? We'll find out under the lights of Flushing Meadows. This has been Netrush Report. Your home for the stories behind the matches, the drama behind the headlines, and the insight that keeps the tennis world buzzing. That if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Back into next pointing right, was Coco Gauff right to make this change now? Or should she have waited until after the US Open? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.